And we're live! I can't believe it. It's a slap happy day. Hello. How you doing, guys and gals? Um, okay, now I have been off the channel for a couple weeks here. I didn't really make any announcement or anything like that. I really should have. I am really sorry. I apologize. I just kind of a little overworked, and I make like $9 a month on this channel, so it's like I can take a break. So I decided to just kind of come back when I can, and I wasn't feeling too hot. Like, look, I'm not gonna just go on and do some shitty just because I feel like I should. So what I'm going to do is, hey Brian, I already got some people here. Let me share some stuff here. Let me share this on Twitter. All right. Live. Talking comics and a little Q&A. Here we go. Sorry, folks, no TM, just Q&A. Sorry, I apologize. And let me just go over here. Just in case you folks only check out Facebook. Live. Okay. Post to Facebook. And, okay, one more time. Da-da-da-da-da. These videos are always so exciting when you first start them. It's just me going, okay, here we go. We're live. Okay. Done, 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 done. Okay, cool. All right, we're all set. So let's get started, shall we? Hey, Ian, how you doing? Hiya. Let's see. Glad you could stop by. I stop by in yours, so of course, please do so. Let's see. Show. Okay, cool. All right, let's get going here. Okay, now, since I have not been doing any videos the last couple weeks, the comics have been piling up a little bit. I do have some reviews of some specific comics. This week, you're going to see me roll out reviews for Steven Universe Fusion Frenzy, Spider-Man Life Story #1, the 60s, and the first issue, #1 of Magnificent Miss Marvel. I'll be talking about those. I got a bunch of stuff here. Good Lord. Let me start with a couple of things. Like this actually Lindsay picked up. I'm going to be reading it. I'll probably review it for the channel. It's Sabrina #1. This is the Kelly Thompson series. I looked through it. It's really lovely looking. I think who's the art? Veronica Fish is the artist here, and it seems to be going in between the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina comic and the kind of more classic cartoony one, which is kind of a cool mix. I like that. This weekend, Lindsay and I went to the Virginia Beach Antique Mall, and I'm actually thinking about doing a video from there because that place was amazing. And they have tons of comics, and I picked up like an old Jack Kirby Superpowers, some Spider-Man comics I had missing out of my collection. This is 226 with the Black Cat, and one of the Hobgoblin issues. This is like 245. Since I've gotten hardcore back into Spider-Man this year, I'm kind of like looking through the collection and thinking like, I'm missing some stuff. And I also, what else here? I'm going to put this down here. I also have been getting some cool stuff recently. Like one of my first Adventures comics is 187. And I never, that's the third part of a three-part story, and I never ever had those. So I found these two, 285 and, excuse me, 185 and 186. I'll be talking about those after I read them. Picked up the second Ta-Nehisi Coates Black Panther trade. That's looking gorgeous. My stepfather-in-law had a ton of comics and graphic novels he was getting rid of, and he said, "Hey, do you want them?" I was like, "Sure, what you got?" And he's like, "I got some old X-Men stuff." It's like, "Yeah, I'll take that." And there's some really cool, solid stuff in this collection that he was just giving away. So I've never read God Loves, Man Kills, so I'm going to be talking about that. And let's see. What else we got here? Oh, and I picked up. What we got here? Of course, I had to pick up Detective Comics 1000. I read the first story this afternoon. It was pretty cool. I'll dig through. Post a review of this later this week. But I thought I'd kind of get and showing you some of the things I've been reading right now, and I'm really behind. So let's see. Some things I haven't had a chance to kind of read fully, so I'm not going to really discuss them at length. Is Mystery Science Theater 3000 number 5, the last two Avengers issues 16 and 17 with the vampire stuff, Young Justice number 3 I haven't had a chance to crack open, and Wonder Twins number 2. It's got Beast Boy. Cool. That was exactly who I was hoping would run into the Wonder Twins. So I'll be reading those later this week as well. With that said, here's some comics that I have been reading and kind of quick thoughts. Do like full videos on them, so I'm just going to discuss them a little bit here. Let's go with issue 26 of Steven Universe, and I am loving what's going on right here. This is from Terry Blas and Gabriel Bagnoli, and this is a Lars of the Star story arc. Matter of fact, there's some scenes in here where it's not through Steven's point of view, which is pretty exciting. And we're getting to see, Emerald kind of like on the trail of Larson Starson trying to pull some like shady stuff where they all like have blacked out and have like remerged into their worst fears. That's when, of course, Steven like comes back to the ship and realizes they've all been kind of like mind controlled. So this is really a cool, fun adventure story so far. And one of my minor beefs with the series in general is that it only does like slice of life towny stories, and I love those, but mix them up, man. Give me some adventure stuff. And this one's very good. The art is actually lovely, actually very pretty. Let's see. Hold on. I want to make sure I haven't stopped. Have I stopped? I'm going to check. I'm live, aren't I? Okay. Let's see. Let me do a quick run here. Looks like my computer's frozen. I want to make sure if I'm still live here. Hey, Lindsay. Just ignore me. Just want to see if I'm actually live. Anybody on here? Hello? Yeah, I was just looking at the computer and it seemed to be frozen, so I just want to make sure. Hey, this is my apartment. All right, I'm going to go back in here. And if I don't get any comments soon to let me know I'm still on the air, I'm going to kind of cut her off here. Okay, good. Thanks, Sid. Oh, there we go. Because this thing has kind of like Frozen. Oh man. Okay. Man, I'm dumb. Okay. So I think I know what I was doing. I think I accidentally paused the live video. I don't know how you do that. I don't have the best reception in this office. Okay. Oh boy, this thing is terrible. Okay. I'm gonna do this thing here. All right, I'm gonna go back here. So I kind of want to read your comments as I do this show. Okay. I don't know if I'm live. Okay, all right. Well, I'm just gonna keep going here. So, oh, hello. Hey, Nightwing. Hey, Stumble Reel. What happened to the Max? Felt like a good mini series. So much. Let's see. Oh, I'm not too sure which Maxi series you're talking about. But, okay, it looks like we're live. I thought we had died for a minute. My phone is beat up, and my computer is old, and this reception is not awesome. So, we'll see. We'll see how we do. But okay, where was I? I love Black Widow, this current run by the Soka sisters, and it's like dark and violent and scary, and I absolutely love Black Widow in this, and it definitely does kind of go into the undercurrent of the Marvel Universe, much so that Bendis, much like the way Bendis was trying to in Alias, except just without the cussing. And like Taskmaster's here, and Madame Mask is here. For those who don't know, she has gone over to Madripoor, and she is investigating this horrifyingly evil website that tortures young women for porn. It's very much like Hostel. So she goes to make sure they don't do it anymore in the most bloody way she can. She infiltrates as Madame Mask, and she thought like one of the villains hanging out was Sabretooth, and she was a little confused. Like, I thought he had kind of like, come over to the, good guy side, and he actually kind of is. He actually runs into her and kind of helps her along. And man, it ends on such a horrifying cliffhanger. I don't know anybody talking about this book, but I highly recommend this book. If you think Marvel is just a little too cutesy lately, is this is an antidote to that. I really think this is great. This is a fantastic book. 5 out of 5 gram chips for that. Okay. Fantastic Four has been really great. This is, of course, Dan Slott and Sarah Pichelli was supposed to be the main artist, but it looks like one of those deals where like they have a main artist for 2 issues and then whoever. But this has been really cool. Essentially, Galactus attacked Earth again. He was kind of led to Latveria by Doom, and kind of like basically suckered. It was a trap for Galactus. He has like conquered Galactus, and he is going to use him not only for his purposes and his country's purposes, but he's also going to like send a message to the other planets of the universe going, okay, hey, Earth conquered Galactus, and now we have his power. But of course, he doesn't have everything quite figured all out yet. So we'll see where that's going. He has the Fantastic Four trapped, and these really cool death traps, by the way. Also, we get a revisit from the girl from Wendy's Friends, all the way back to John Byrne's era. I don't think Wendy has shown up since that issue, so that's cool. I'm curious to see what her and her friends will be doing. If you can go seek out the Wendy's Friends issue, Hold on, let me see what issue that is. That is Fantastic Four original run, 2/3 one shot. Go pick it up. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend anything from John Byrne's era. And this is really cool. It's really nice to have Fantastic Four back in my life. And Captain Marvel, let's see. Number 3, and I've been really liking this. And Kelly Thompson is fantastic, and I hope she kind of sticks with this. Long story short, Nuclear Man, no, not the asshole from the Superman 4 movie, but the asshole from Marvel Universe, has kind of conquered a piece of Manhattan. I forgot what island. And he's like covered it in a boom, and he's done a time travel science-y thing where time slows down and nobody can penetrate it. And anybody who has superpowers within this dome has been. He is also quite awful and misogynist, and he has kind of created this authoritarian rule. I don't know how long he expects to keep this going. I know he's changed time, but yeah, I don't know. And he also has specific plans for Captain Marvel, because I think he wants her to have his baby. And you know what? Yeah, Carol has some issues with being trapped in a different dimension with somebody who wants to have babies with her. Might be a little bit of a bad plan. So this is really cool, where she's kind of like assembled like a number of the people. They're kind of creating revolt against this guy. We haven't seen too much of him since they've kind of jumped into this universe with last issue. And then, of course, it ends with this fantastic cliffhanger where Rogue shows up, apparently working for him, which is odd because we know she's a good guy. And she's been over in her own book doing good guy things. So how she got here, I don't know. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel and Rogue, I think, is a rivalry that definitely needs more attention. Much like the Hulk and Wolverine rivalry, I don't know. Friendships are awesome in comic books, but I also love rivalries, and I could definitely go for more of that. Yeah, they're cool, but yeah, come on, Wolverine and Hulk are cool, but they still like piss each other off all the time. So I don't know what the reason is. I don't know if she's mind controlled or whatever. And I don't know. But hey, more Rogue and Captain Marvel is fine by me. 5 Ram chips, loved it. Just picked this up today. And this is Miles Morales number 4. And it's essentially Miles Morales' day off. It's basically the Ferris Bueller story with Miles and his friends. His vice principal suspects that Miles is sneaking off school, and playing hooky. He doesn't know he's being Spider-Man. But one day he and his friends actually do just decide to play hooky. And of course he runs into stuff that causes him to be Spider-Man. Like the train goes off the rails and he has to save it. This douchebag superhero, the Frost Pharaoh, shows up while they're at the museum, where they're very obviously doing a homage to Ferris Bueller right here. I love it's like just barely 2-page fight, and he just stomps him pretty quickly. I love that he says, "Man, I hate to be the one to break it to you, boss, but there weren't a lot of blondes in ancient Egypt." Yeah. And then, of course, does he get home in time? I don't know. Will he get there before the vice principal? I'm digging the vice principal character. He definitely has that kind of old school kind of Jameson kind of hostile character that doesn't know our hero is our hero. I feel like that's been missing a little bit in superhero comics, and so that's kind of nice to see. I dug this one out. This one's fun. I'd say strong 4 Ram chips. Do we have anybody who's read some of these comics yet? Or what have you been reading lately? You can let me know. And let me just skip here. I didn't really talk about Champions. Number 3. That's essentially, I can't remember if I've done a review of this or not, frankly. I'll have to go back and look at my own videos. But quick sum up, it's Miles dealing with, he and Braun made a deal with Mephisto, of course, to save Miss Marvel and Viv, who got killed during a mission, and then backfired on them because basically to save them, he sacrificed the people that they had just saved. So he didn't tell him that, like, hey, I'll bring your friends back, but the people they would have saved are dead, because he's a jerk. And then it ends with Miss Marvel going, okay, talk to me. What is happening? What's your deal? This is really cool stuff. A lot of good teen angst in this. This writer, Jim Zub, he's really jumped on to Miles. He's had some really strong issues with Miles specifically. Let's see. Ian has been reading Female Furies. Yeah, I've been watching your reviews of those. Those have been really interesting. It's really cool the angle they've been able to take with that, which, to be honest, dealing with patriarchy and misogyny and doing it through Female Fury's story would not have been my first choice. Those would not have been my characters I would have chose to tell that kind of story with. So that's really intriguing, actually. I'm glad it's kind of working for you. Let's see what else we got here. I'm gonna just quickly talk about these two. Let's see. Nightwing's reading Justice League and Avengers. Yeah, I'll talk about those in a minute. This, as I've said, I've been really loving Nick Spencer's run on Amazing Spider-Man. Absolutely fantastic. I love it. I'm really excited to be back on Spider-Man. Has me digging through old copies of Spider-Man. This is like an extra issue 16. I'm not sure if I dig that idea. But it deals with, man, Black Cat's always been a hard sell for me, but boy, this is really good. And it deals with her. Okay, look, Mephisto made everybody forget that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. Well, hey, she not only knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, but she had a relationship with him. And then suddenly those memories got really screwed up, and it made her go really weird about it. It had an adverse effect, and assuming not just her but other people, because that's got to be weird to have that hole in your memory just suddenly just show up. And of course, it led her on a darker path, and now she's been kind of trying to get out of it, all because of that. And I love the little flashbacks as we get to her kind of like walking into a parent trap. God, this is just really good stuff. And then, of course, picks up into the regular. I don't know why this had to be an HU, 16 something. I don't know why it had to be that way. It could have. This is good enough to be on its own. It doesn't have to be a side issue or anything like that. Then issue 17 is like hardcore, like Fearful Symmetry, Kraven's Last Hunt, and I am loving this. And I'm a big fan of Roberto Ramos. Of course, everything kind of gets more and more crazy as Kraven Jr. Fights Spider-Man, who's sick and he's not now in the best of physical condition. He takes him out, and then of course he throws him right in the middle of Central Park, where they've had all these villains, and of course he's wearing the black costume because essentially I think Kraven wants a mulligan on his suicide, where it's like, oh, I wasn't meant to kill me. Spider-Man was meant to kill me. Okay, all right, here we go. He's going to kill me. And of course, Spidey shows up right in the middle of Central Park, which has been put on lockdown. And that's when all these asshole hunters that Kraven's been collecting, all these trophy hunter rich douchebags, have been sent on after him. Oh, this is going to be great. Very excited about this. I haven't picked up 18. 18, I think, came out this past week or something like that. I got to get that issue. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. 5 random ships on both. This is a really good storyline. Let's see. Stumble Wheel. I like the first issue Spider-Man life story. I'm mad that it's only going to be 5, that there's only going to be 5 more. Like, yeah, but hey, to that is at least it's not going to go too long where it gets milked and gets boring, which I've seen that happen way too many times. Also, I got, let's see, Wonder Woman number 66, and G. Willow Wilson still kind of killing it. She is on her quest right now. She kind of runs into Titans, and the first thing she thinks is like, hey, I'm a big person. I'll get Giganta to come help with this situation. And she does. I can't get enough of Wonder Woman and Giganta, and their dialogue is great. I really like Wilson's feel for that character and their relationship, and go into larger territories right here. This one's just good as usual. This is also 5 RAM chips out of 5. I love that cover. Here. And then, of course, last 2 things I'm talking about are going to be issues 19 and 20 of Justice League. And this is, we're breaking off from the usual storyline. We got the Mitzelplick kind of storyline going on, which, when done well, he's a fantastic cosmic Q-like, Bill Cipher kind of villain. And Scott Snyder seems to be doing that with him here. Also, good God, I love George Jimenez's art. There have been times where I've thought about dropping this book because the Breaking the Source Wall storyline has been kind of getting a little stale for me. But then I see pages like this, and I think, stop buying this book. This art is just too gorgeous. I love this kind of style. It's got like such strong energy. I love his of the year, where Mitzelplick causes the buildings to come alive, and the Daily Planet building bites Bruce Wayne's building, and Batman straight face says, "Your building just ate my building." Like, that's a sentence no one's ever said before, ever. Then, of course, they are able to kind of like trap the little bastard, and they go on. I mean, look at this stuff. I just absolutely love with this. Then we find out that Luthor has this. What's this woman's name? This cosmic being. I forgot. Anyway, one cosmic being, and he has to have a whole bunch. He's collecting them like Pokemon. Reconnecting. Thank you, Perpetua. Yeah. Then, of course, we pick it up right there. And let's see, we get to see how super cool and awesome the future has gotten. Like, one of the Starros is Robin. Gorgeous shot of Mara and Starman, by the way. I'm kind of cool with Mara replacing Aquaman in Justice League. I'm kind of digging that idea. Let's see. And then, of course, we realize like Martian Manhunter and Hawkgirl are married. The Flashes have all fused. The mascara is open to the public. Dick Grayson is Batman now. Got this cool kind of trench coat kind of look, which kind of reminds me of Red Knight, frankly. And so that appeals to me. But we realize that Superman never got to the present, or he's kind of stuck in this weird limbo. And that's when the old future Superman shows up and goes, "We need to talk." Of course, oh, gee, you mean the cool, fun, this thing is this, when we look under the surface, like, come on, man, you just did that. Outside of that, I'm digging the story. The art is gorgeous. I would probably give both of these a strong 4 out of 5 RAM chips. Really did enjoy them. I seriously keep like getting close to like dropping the book, and then I pick up issues like this, and I go, okay, I'll buy it after this story arc, and then the next story arc comes out, and it's cool. So I don't know. It's been kind of selling me on this stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been reading lately. So if anybody has any questions here, let's see. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Marianne. Let's see. Let me see what else we got here. I have to apologize about the. Oops, hold on. Quality here. I think I'm kind of like losing my reception. Reception? Is that a word for internet stuff? Oh, that's right. Oh, I just realized I'm actually probably making my computer do too much because I'm also editing a video together. I'm rendering a review I did of Steven Universe Fusion Frenzy right now on my computer as I'm doing this. I probably should have waited. Oh well. That's how it goes. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm digging right now. These are all really good comics, even the ones I'm a little kind of okay on. Oh, I got a question from Marion. Let's see. Do you think? Let's see. Do you think some of the gems were the corruption might turn on Steven after finding out? But yeah, that's actually something I've been thinking we might get into. Is after the war is done, like how is everybody going to react to these? Are they going to be truthful to everybody, or are they? Because look, if they're truthful and honest with everyone, some people may not like what they have to hear and might cause some rifts. Or if they try to keep this information from people, information gets out, and that looks bad. That might cause worse rifts. So I'm very curious to see what Stephen and Gems do about that. So yeah, I do think some gems are going to be really bothered by it. And we're going to see what happens after that. Which I, of course, hope makes for stories. Let's see. Do we have any more questions? Because what time is it? Oh, it's 8. Oh, boy, man. Let's see. Hey, Omnitron. How you doing? Just got back from seeing Us. Yes. Oh, that reminds me. I also got back from seeing Us. And what did you... I hope you liked it. You can say what you... If you can avoid spoilers, say what you think in the comments below. I'm going to drop a review of that sometime this week. I saw it Friday. And, spoiler alert for my review is I really loved it. I thought it was excellent. I love this path that Jordan Peele has been going on, full meaningful horror films, and holy crap, I'm like all set. I'm all set for this. Nightwing says, I find the issues of Justice League that were written by James Tynion IV aren't as good as the ones from Scott Snyder. For example, he wrote the Source Wall stuff after the Drowned Earth. Yeah, yeah, there's a couple of issues, like particularly I am not a fan of the one-shot Injustice League issues where they'll have an arc and then we'll go back and see what Luthor and the Injustice League are doing. And I don't know, it just, last couple of issues I've read of those felt like, I don't know, just backstory and filler and not very interesting. I don't need exposition issues like that. I don't kind of care. Just do your thing. Actually, last time with one, I think it was issue 18 or issue 17. I skipped it. I gave it back to my store. I didn't buy it. And I'll probably continue not to buy them. Like every time I see the Justice League logo inversed and has Injustice on it, I'll probably like put it back on the shelf. I won't read it. Let's see. Anyway, hey, thanks for showing up, Ian. I'll be doing more live shows. Jordan Peele is the new Hitchcock. Yeah. Or, actually, yeah, I mean, that comparison's an apt. He also reminds me, I mean, it's perfect that he's doing Twilight Zone because he does kind of remind me of Rod Serling. He almost seems like the perfect, like, ancestor. I don't want to say ancestor. That sounds not the right term, but yeah, I mean the equivalent to what Serling did. So I mean, good lord, I mean, how perfect is that for him to do Twilight Zone? I'm really excited to see his next few movies. As a review, let's see, Omnitron. I saw a review of Shazam, and it gives me high hopes. As the review stated, Shazam isn't the Superman of the DCU. He's treated like the Superman. He isn't. Oh, excuse me. Shazam isn't the Superman in DCU. He's treated like he's the Superman in the DCU, which is why it works. For the time being, he's going to be filling that void. I'm really curious as to where the DC. I know they don't like us calling it DCEU, but come on, I'm not going to call it another thing. All right, it's the DCEU. I'm very curious as to where we're going. For the time being, we don't have a Batman and Superman. For the time being, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be following a Marvel storyline and a continuity, which is good. Look, the comics don't. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is very similar to how Marvel does comics, where it's a tighter continuity. They tend to feed off each other story-wise. They appear in each other's books, and continuity is very important. Of course, their films are going to reflect that, and the DC comics don't. Their continuity. I think their films should reflect that. Look, DC, you be you. Don't try to be Marvel. I know there's a few that have been trying to, and DC's come the closest because of their stable of characters, and of course we're going to go see these movies. But you can't the way Marvel does it, because Marvel is basically being true to their characters. And look, the Universal Monster cinematic universe failed because they were trying to do Marvel like way too quick. Like they were trying to do it in one movie, and it was a mess. And DC kind of tried to do it in a couple movies, and they're trying to go like really super hardcore without really enjoying, the heroic side of the DC universe, and trying to basically kind of trying to knock down something that hasn't been built up yet. So I don't know. I'm really happy to see DC going in this direction. So we'll check it out. I'm actually one of the few people who bothered to give Justice League a favorable review. It's not as good as Avengers, but I essentially respected the fact that film was them trying to do a heel turn as best they can, which is why the film's so janky and messy. But I just reflected. I respected the fact that they made an effort within universe, within film, to try and turn things around. And hey, great, good for you. Didn't make the best movie, but we'll see. Let's see, what do we got here? Daniel Calvin. Calvin hasn't officially left yet? Really? God, I thought that was pretty official. But yeah, not every film has to build up to a massive story. Thoughts on Detective Comics 1000. In case you weren't here when I opened the video, I talked about how I picked up the issue. I've only read the first storyline, so I'm going to overview as I'm happy that Neil Adams is here, and Danny O'Neill, Paul Dini, Kevin Smith, Kelly Jones. Geez, there's so many people in here. It's really, really cool. Tony Daniel pick. It's nice to see Cassandra right here. I'm not the only one who really dislikes Barbara's new costume, right? Not very good. Very, very excited to read this. Yeah, I've been taking a break from Batman, but there's no way I wasn't going to pick this up. I am a little concerned, we're going to be getting to Are they going to do the Marvel thing where they go, oh yeah, we were counting all the time, like, oh, it's 1,000 now? I don't know if they'll do that, or at least maybe they'll acknowledge, like, let's say issue, I don't know, 76 is the 1,000th issue of Wonder Woman. Maybe they'll do a big deal about that. So yeah, I hope so. I mean, this is kind of cool, big and thick. Oh yeah, I picked this up at Barnes and Noble. Actually, I didn't even get this at the comic store. Lindsay and I were there, and I came across it, and then it was at the regular newsstand. It's like, oh, I'm definitely picking that up. So yeah, I can't wait to read it. Yeah, I feel. Oh yeah, Daniel says, yeah, I feel just better than the popular opinion. It is slightly better. I've heard some reviewers on YouTube call it the worst comic book film of all time. We all know that's not true. We all know that's not true. Captain America 1990. Man, Robin. Yeah, I can go on. Let's see. What do you think of the Batman Who Laughs? Yeah, I've seen him pop up in Justice League. I'm not too excited about the character. I know a lot of people really like him, but he's kind of not my jam. I don't know. He hasn't made much of an impression on me. Although the only thing I really like about him is how he affects the Joker. I love the fact that the Joker is uncomfortable around him, which is really cool, which is not a reaction I expected. I kind of expected Joker to have this, like, you think it was funny and it was awesome. Like, oh, hey, here's a Batman who gets me. And no, he's like creeped out by it. Like, he's just not happy around him, which is really neat. I like that idea. Let's see, Marion McDaniel. What do you? Oh, I already asked that. Let's see. Oh, Omnitron. Let's see. Well, just had time to say a few things. Super early day tomorrow. Gotta go. He's got a road trip. Okay. Well, hey, safe journeys. I'm actually gonna be jumping ship in just a minute here. I just wanted to kind of jump on board and go, hey, I'm still alive. Sorry I haven't been doing videos. I apologize. Let's see. Marion asks, what would the Diamonds in Homeworld think of Godzilla? Well, they think he was an annoying beast that needs to be taken care of. Oh, that's pretty much my first thoughts on that. It's like, oh God, this monster, get rid of him. They might find that wouldn't be so easy, but that's basic first impression of aliens. I think a lot of aliens kind of have that feeling when they see Godzilla in movies. Okay, I think I'm going to kind of finish up here. I'm back. I have videos coming up this week, so I apologize for taking a break and not saying anything about it. That's kind of a dick move. Sorry about that. Let's see, what do I think of King Ghidorah's design in King of the Monsters? It looks amazing. Very excited for that movie. So I'm going to be dropping some videos this week. Like I said, I'm doing reviews of Steven Universe Fusion. I'm having trouble saying that. Steven Universe Fusion Frenzy, Spider-Man Life Story #1, the 60s, Magnificent Miss Marvel #1. I'm going to be doing an Us review and a couple other things. I definitely have some more comic reviews, but I definitely had to do something to kind of catch up. So, I've had a stack of comics here that's been piling up. Let me look at this. This is ridiculous. I couldn't have made one video to talk about any of these comics. That's insane. I apologize to you. That's some bad YouTubing. That's why I'm not popular. I'm not very good at this. So, and I also picked up, I'll be doing a review of this too. I really kind of dug this cover, and I'm excited to see Kelly Thompson on Sabrina, so I'll be talking about that as well. And, as aforementioned, I'll be doing a Detective Comics review once I read this whole thing. It's a nice big monster. Hey, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Red Knight also has a Facebook. You can check that out as well and support this channel through Patreon. I'll be doing more live shows in the future. So I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.